The NBA playoffs so far has been electric. We've seen series that look like they're going to go 6 or 7 games with the Suns, Clippers, and Cavs and Knicks. We've seen a lot of injuries like Ja Morant, Tyler Hero, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and even for a little bit Anthony Davis. We've seen teams like the 76ers, the Celtics, and the Nuggets handle business as they should, and we've seen a lot of fights and suspensions in action-packed series like the Warriors versus the Kings. Today's video, we're going to be discussing every single series that the NBA playoffs has had so far and saying what it has proved. I am going to be recording this on Wednesday before the tip-off of the second game between the Lakers, Bucks, and Nuggets, so just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. Be sure to stick to the end of the video to hear about each and every team in each and every series and what they've proven so far. First and foremost, let's talk about the Suns and Clippers. This series has proved that the Clippers and Kawhi can still compete. About a week and a half ago, I made a playoff prediction video, and I was grilled in the comments for saying that the Clippers with Paul George could potentially beat the Suns in 7 games, and without Paul George, the series is currently tied 1-1, and the Clippers stole game 1 on the road. The main thing with this series that I said would lead to a Clippers win would be the bench production and defense paired with the lack of chemistry on the Suns side. In games 1 and 2 combined, the Clippers bench outscored the Suns bench 56-23. That's a 33-point differential. The Clippers have also looked much more active and alive on defense, and it starts with Russell Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard. In game 2, the Clippers honestly did have this one in my opinion. They led by as many as 10 in the second or third quarter, but outside of Kawhi Leonard and Russell Westbrook, there was little to no production from anyone on the supporting cast, especially from downtown. Nicholas Batum and Bones Highland both went 0 for 4 from 3, and Norman Powell went 0 for 3 from 3. These are guys that are generally hitting at least 30 to 40% of their three-point attempts, and we just didn't see that last night. I'm hoping next game we maybe see some minutes from Robert Covington off the bench, or maybe even in the starting unit in place of Nicholas Batum. I do like Batum, but if he's going to play like that and not really move his feet so much, I'm not sure why he's getting the minutes that Robert Covington's receiving in DNPs, but that's besides the point. Kawhi Leonard looked like he's a top 3 player in the world right now when he's playing at this level, and he's still proving to everyone that he's one of the greatest playoff performers that this generation has ever seen. He put up 38 points in a victory in game 1, and then in a loss last night, he had a 31-point near triple-double. This series has proved that as great as Kevin Book and CP are in the mid-range and as a team, they are human and they can be beat if they are matched up against the right team and coaching. As for the Kings and Warriors series, it's proven that the Dubs can lose in the first round. About a week ago, a report came out that Steve Kerr has never lost a series in the Western Conference versus a Western Conference team, meaning that he's never not made it to the NBA Finals out west, and the Kings are on their way to be the first to break this barrier. In series where the Dubs have been down 0-2, they are 0-9, and the Kings are looking to make that 0-10. De'Aaron Fox looks like the clutchest player in the league. Malik Monk is an absolute fire starter, and Sabonis is playing through now 2 injuries, assuming he plays in game 3. From the Warriors, there's been a lot of bad possessions and some decent things as well, but all in all, they really should have taken that first game on the road, and with the way Draymond reacted he did in game 2 and receiving what seems to be a suspension, it's going to be really hard for them to pull this off. This may be the last time we see the core of Steph, Klay, and Dre in action, as Draymond and Klay Thompson are up for contract extensions at the end of this offseason. If the new kids on the block were the ones to end this dynasty and defending champion in the Golden State Warriors, I think it'd be pretty poetic. As for the Knicks and Cavs series, this has proven that the Knicks won't go down easy. Tibbs has been seemingly transcending his coaching ability into more of a play the bench unit and don't overwork the starter style of play, and they have been producing. In game 1, the biggest guy off the bench, Josh Hart, had a huge 17-point and 10-rebound performance in game 1. Paired with Jalen Brunson's monster second half, they were able to steal that one in Cleveland. And then in game 2, something I realized is that RJ Barrett is just not that great right now. In 2 games, he's a combined 5 for 26 from the field and 1 for 28 from 3. This is not me trying to discredit his game, but I'm just calling it like I see it. If they want to win this series, they need their former number 3 overall pick to step it up and be that third option. Going into this season, I was a huge RJ Barrett advocate. I even made a video called "The New York Knicks Are Geniuses" when they decided to not trade for Donovan Mitchell and keep RJ Barrett. And now Mitchell is absolutely cooking this Knicks team, and RJ isn't doing a damn thing to stop it. Brunson this series has looked great, and last night he wasn't super efficient, but the Cavs made it a lot tougher on the Knicks. And honestly, as a whole defensively, I love that JB Bickerstaff made the appropriate adjustments and showed the world why they were the #1 best defense in the NBA. The Lakers and Grizzlies series is very polarizing to me. It's proven that experience can win a series. While the Grizzlies are the 2 seed, and they still weren't even the favorites to win this series. And obviously going up against Brown and AD in the first round, it's hard to be the favorites, but they wanted that smoke. We saw the way Dylan Brooks acted, and now we see Desmond Bane keeping that same energy, saying, let's see how this goes in a 7-game series. When I say experience can win a series, you may be thinking, why aren't the Warriors stomping out the Kings? Well, that's an entirely different setting and situation with how unhealthy the Warriors have been going into that series with the losses of Andrew Wiggins and Gary Payton, and even for a little bit Draymond Green with that thumb injury, and not to mention how transcendent and literally record-breaking that Sacktown offense is. As for this Lakers and Grizzlies series, I was expecting the Grizzlies to be pushing the pace and trying to tire out this older Lakers squad that's a little bit injury prone, but no. LeBron and the Lakers are completely beating them at their own game. I saw more transition baskets in this last game from the Lakers than the Grizzlies, and LeBron does a great job of really slowing things down and playing it through Anthony Davis. Even with the recently crowned Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr., the Lakers are still pretty much able to get anything they want in that paint. If the Lakers take this game tonight because Ja Morant may not play, this series is probably over. As for the Bucks and Heat series, this has so far proved the never-ending truth that availability is the best ability in the NBA. Giannis and Tyler Hero both go down with some pretty bad injuries in Game 1, and the Miami Heat go on to smash the Bucks in Game 1 in Milwaukee and win by 13 points. Playoff Jimmy was live and in full effect, and the Miami Heat actually made some 3-pointers. It's hard for me to talk about this series because we don't know if Giannis is actually going to come back or not. If you've ever hooped and fallen on your tailbone before, you know it's no joke on the pain level, but I can't even imagine what it would feel like if I was 7 feet tall and 240 pounds. I'm praying for Giannis to get better, and all I really want to see is great basketball. I don't really have much to say about this series. As for the last couple, I'm just going to mesh them all together because as for the 76ers, the Boston Celtics, and the Denver Nuggets, you guys have all proved so far that you're handling your business quickly and promptly as you should. I don't think there will be any struggles in any of these series. They'll probably all end up pretty handily winning in 4 or 5 games at the most. If any of these series were to go more than that, I would be shocked. I guess I could only really see the Wolves maybe pushing it to 6 games if Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns pop for a remarkable couple of games where Ant maybe drops 40 or 50 points at home, and then and only then they could probably steal a few. But these series have just proven that the higher seeds are greater right now. They'll get a lot more coverage in that second round. But what do you guys think? Which one of these teams has shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys made it this far, you know I appreciate your support as always. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, healthy, and blessed. Peace.